Guys, got another football topic to get to. First, a reminder that Monarch Money is a proud sponsor of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments, and we don't have the full picture. You can end up leaving money on the table. That's why there's Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings you your entire financial life together in one place. Easy to use on your laptop or your phone. Monarch does the heavy lifting. You can link all of your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use promo code LOCKEDONNFL at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That is 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with promo code LOCKEDONNFL. Guys, at the end of the 2023 season, when Joe Flacco took over the starting quarterback role for the Browns due to injury and led them on that furious playoff push that we all remember, he developed quite a chemistry with David Njoku. And Steve, if you want to take 307 here real quick, I did a little side-by-side of David Njoku's numbers with Joe Flacco that season and with every other Browns quarterback he played with that season. Steve, if you want to take that full here, you guys can see that during his 6-game stretch with Joe Flacco, which does include the playoff game, by the way, the numbers tell the whole story. 11 games without Flacco, and Njoku had 51 catches for 492 yards and 2 touchdowns. In just 6 games with Flacco, he had 37 catches for 483 yards and 4 touchdowns. If Joe Flacco is named the starter, and for the sake of this conversation, let's pretend he will be the Browns' Week 1 starter, does that chemistry and does that connection last even if with a season in between, Tyvis? Or is that something that those two have to redevelop on the fly in 2025?
I mean, it's one of those things that once you get going, I think they'll naturally be able to pick it back up. I'm not saying right out the gate that, boom, it's going to be what it was. Obviously, having some time off, things change. People add extra things to their game and things like that. But it's clear that Joe Flacco believes in David Njoku and trusts David Njoku a lot. So he's going to give him the ball. I expect David Njoku to have a good year. On top of all of those things, David Njoku knows it's a bad year. Joe Flacco knows he needs to get paid this year. And everybody in the Browns organization knows David Njoku needs to get paid this year. So I think there will be a good handful of plays a game that is tailored to David Njoku being able to, capitalize on those things, because you want him to earn his money. You want to be able to pay him and be able to give him his money, or else somebody else pay him. So I think that connection does happen again. Plus, it's not like there's a whole lot of other options. It's him and Jerry Jeudy as the guaranteed guy. So naturally, he ain't got no choice but for them to recapture their chemistry.
I think it's pretty simple, guys. Joe Flacco, absolutely, in offenses that he has thrived in, loves the tight ends. You go back to his days in Baltimore, he had Dennis Pitta. He had Mark Andrews. He was here in Cleveland with David Njoku. You put up those stats. When he was in Denver, he had Noah Fant. Like, all these guys ended up having big seasons when Flacco was throwing them the ball. It's a security blanket. It's the way that he goes about his progression. Something about it, he feels very comfortable throwing the ball to tight ends. And if I'm David Njoku, I am praying to the football gods that this is going to be my quarterback this year, because I'm in a contract year. Okay, I'm going for big time money, and I need those numbers. Those numbers you just saw on the screen, he'll put up this year. And by the way, should be a pretty good year for Flacco, for Harold Fannin as well, if he ends up getting in the mix, because we've heard good things about what he's been doing in camp. So both those tight ends could have pretty big years, and then you add in Jerry Jeudy. Like, all those things bode well for this offense to be at least somewhat productive, more explosive than what we saw a season ago.
Yeah, you guys covered everything I think I was going to hit on. Nobody, I think, was more excited for Kenny Pickett's hamstring injury than David Njoku, because he knows what type of numbers he can put up and what a big year this is for him. And, yeah, I don't think there's any reason to think that the connection will be anything but what it was the last time they played together. And, we were joking yesterday about Gary Barnidge and, like, man, where did that season come from as a Browns tight end?
Yeah.
And what did we say? Well, somebody's got to catch the passes. Well, that's the case this year. I mean, yeah, Jerry Jeudy's there, and Jerry had a great connection with Jameis Winston last year. And Amari had great numbers with Flacco as well when he was here. So Judy can get his. But you got to have more than one guy who's going to run out and run routes and catch the passes. So, yeah, I expect David Njoku to have a big year. And I kind of thought that the Browns may try and get something done with him prior to the season in anticipation of that, because if David has a big year, the price is only going to go up. And it feels like he's been here forever. He's only like 29, 30, somewhere in there. So, he could still get another moderately decent contract out of this.
The numbers on the screen are his numbers last year.
Yeah.
505, 5 touchdowns, receptions up.
Was it?
I mean, he had 480 yards in 6 games.
How many games did he play?
Last year?
Yeah.
He missed a couple. He definitely missed a couple.
Yeah. He was supposed to have like this really big year. Like everybody out of camp was
He
like.
played 11 games last year.
Yeah.
Okay,
I will be curious
terrible.
to see him. I mean, I haven't seen him much. I've been at practice a few days. He was not in the same shape last year that he's been in previous years. I don't know why. I don't know. He was not in the same shape. Like even my uneducated dumb eyes could look at him and go, that dude don't look the same as he did.
Did you think he looked just bigger?
Heavy.
He's
heavy.
not fat.
You know,
I don't want to like. I
You
don't
know why?
Is it blocking?
Because he's gonna be blocking tight end primarily.
and okay.
And Harold Fanning when they do 12 personnel.
No, I mean last year.
Oh, you said last year he was heavier.
He was heavy.
Oh.
And I don't know why. I don't know if they wanted him to be. I don't know. I just know he was heavier last year than you could just see it, like, because he loves to walk around with the shirt off, and you could just see last year compared to previous years. Excuse me. Sorry. He just was different, and so I'm curious to see this year if he's back to the old Njoku or if he's still a little bit heavier.
The day that I saw you out at camp, the day you and I went and Earl was there.
Yeah.
Njoku, I mean, he's always been a big dude.
Yeah.
Like, gigantic. Last year, I thought he looked bigger than he ever had, and I only got to see him up close and personal at like the celebrity softball game and then 1 or 2 practices, and I thought he looked slimmed down a little bit from last year, but he's still significantly bigger than the other tight ends in the room. I don't know exactly what the preferred weight cap or like what his best playing weight is, and I'm not sure what the Browns strategy, hey, you got to be a certain weight because we're going to have you block or a certain body type, but he's just built different than the other tight ends in that room. And I'm curious what you think is someone who's gone up against those kind of guys, the best way to kind of handle and manage that.
Well, I mean, for him, like I say, if he had the extra weight on last year and it doesn't affect his speed or his route running, then I wouldn't have never lost it. Now, if he lost the weight this year from what you've seen, then to me that just means that maybe he thought that extra weight was maybe too much on his joints.
Yeah.
So you wanted to lose weight so you can be lighter on your joints or your knees and all that. What was wrong with him? What was his injuries last year?
Well, he got the burn.
That was last year?
No, that wasn't.
That was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, why did he miss last year?
Did he have an ankle or I don't remember now. I know he missed games.
But if I had to guess, that's probably why he lost weight. Is because he probably thought that all that stuff was heavy on his joints, and that led to some of his injuries. So that's probably why he lost it. And he wants to be more agile. He wants to be a receiving tight end this season and put up some good numbers.
Yeah, I talked to someone in the building who felt like he just didn't move last year the way that he had been accustomed to moving in the past. Mm-hmm. Speed, agility, all that stuff. He just wasn't the same.
Yeah, and that's why he lost the weight then.
And so, now I'll circle back around. That may be why they haven't offered him an extension yet. Maybe they want to see what this year looks like. And
well, my thing, he's always been, what's made him so special is that he was an athletic guy.
Yes.
So I don't understand why he felt he needed to be the athletic guy that can jump over guys and be this huge red zone threat that you are. Like, be that guy.
Yeah.
You don't need to put on weight to slow you down. Like, don't make
sense. ESPN real quick. He had missed 3 games due to an ankle sprain and missed 2 games due to a knee sprain last year.
Okay.
Yeah, losing weight to help with that.
For sure.
Real quick before we move on. Njoku contract year. Jason, to your point, he is 29 years old.
Do tight ends age the same as receivers?
That's kind of what I was going to ask. How comfortable in contract years would you be willing to give an extension to?
We know there's a cliff at 30 with receivers usually, and we saw how they ran from the cliff with Amari, and it was the right decision. With tight ends, I honestly don't know.
I think that they've got a longer shelf life.
Yeah, they definitely
because
do. Tony G was still banging with the Falcons, and he was like in his mid-30s, wasn't he?
I mean, look at Travis.
Travis is still rolling.
Still doing it.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's because it's a
think
X
about
factor.
the fact that he might still be in the league. Mercedes Lewis was in the league for like 20
He
years.
was like 40.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like playing
Yeah.
tight end with the Packers at
So
40.
you find ways to sort of, I mean, those guys are so crafty with their ability to get open, and it's important to have the skill set to be some sort of a viable blocker too. And if you've got the ability to do both, then yeah, you can still be in the league for a little while.
So you'd feel more comfortable extending a 30-year-old tight end over a 30-year-old receiver?
Well, the only concern I have like with the David
Depends on who the
Njoku
receiver
is thank you. That's a good point. But I would say, like for Njoku, he's known for his twitchiness and his athleticism. That is something that he will decline in as he gets a little bit older.
Yeah.
Not known for his blocking, but he's known for making big plays down the field. So I think it depends on who the tight end. Like Tony Gonzalez, I mean that guy was just a stud. But he also later in his career wasn't quite as athletic, but still got the job done.
Yes. And he was a big body guy. Like, the older you get, I feel like the more you do need to put on weight because you are more of a blocking guy. And now you're not going to beat him on the route, but I can beat you if I box you out. Like that's kind of like where Mark Andrews is now. Like he kind of just gets in the front of you and just hard to get around him to make the play. So
I mean, Shannon Sharp could step in the league today at 50 whatever, at 58, and I couldn't guard him right now. I mean,
I'd shut Shannon Sharp down. I'm telling you that today. I'd press him. I'd get right up on the line while he in his 3-point stands, and I'd press him right off the line.
Is there anyone you can't shut down in the league today?
there's no one that he can't stop. I mean,
Nope.
it is amazing the level of confidence you have. I wish that I had it
I'm just telling you.
because I think I've got a lot of confidence.
I wish somebody would be like, you know what, Titus, you talk all this talk. I'm going to give you one rep against somebody in the league. I promise you, y'all will be like, wow, you really stopped him. Yeah. yeah. I really like that. Yeah. I really like that. Don't ever get it twisted. I really like
I
that.
still cover for I think I could play.
And if it's a tight end, that's stealing. Like I wouldn't even waste my time with a tight
I can give
end.
you a game.
We'll see how the knees feel. If I lost 20 pounds, for sure.
I think I could play a game corner.
You think? Well, yeah, because
game.
you play tennis, so you'll be good.
Oh, one game. Not a season.
Oh no, yeah, no. I probably.
How
got
long
one
would it take
game
you to
too.
recover from one game?
Depends how many times they run to the boundary.
That's a good question, right?
I remember when Byron was the coach, when Byron Scott was the coach. I was covering the Cavs, and he was 50-something. I said, "Could you play now?" He's like, "Hell no!" He said, "I'd pull every muscle in my body." Like, he was more concerned with the hamstrings than anything at that point. He said it was hamstrings; they'd never last.
No, they get sore and sore by the day.
They do.
I raced some kids yesterday, and man, I ran one time. My hamstring started cramping up. I'm like, man, but I won the race though. I won the race.
We know you
That's all
didn't
that
lose.
matters, Ty.